Hello, this is R J Dent in my library. Today we're going to be looking at the works of a controversial author, the Marquis de Sade. Sade wrote a lot of books, many of them while he was in prison. So let's have a look at some of his works. One of the ones his early ones was a novel called Justine. And here we have, I've got two copies of Justine here, a very carefully worded translation that misses out a lot of the more, challenging extracts. They're all quite confrontational novels, but that's the edited, expurgated version. And this one here, as it says on the front, the first American edition of his long suppressed masterpiece. And that's a pretty good translation of it. There are better ones. I've also got in this version here, with Justine, Philosophy of the Bedroom and Other Writings. The translator here, I think, is Austin. Wait, let me just check. Richard Seaver and Austrian Wainhouse. Now, they are the best translations. That Justine that I've just shown you, very good one, worth reading, but this one is actually the best. This is a very, very good edition of de Sade. It's got, if I give you a list of what he's got in here, there's essays on him by other people, but there's also his last will and testament, Philosophy in the Bedroom, a couple of moral tales, some letters, note concerning my detention, dialogue between a priest and a dying man, quite a famous piece by Sade. Anyway, so that's a very, very good edition. All of these in this original series is again another Austrian one. We'll get to that in a minute, but before we do, I just want you to have a look at this one. This is the Gothic Tales of the Marquis de Sade, and if you're not sure about his work, or you want a gentle sort of introduction to him, not that he's gentle at all, but these are some very good stories. The Eugénie de Franval, that's a famous one. Floreval and Courval, that's a good one. Husband Who Played Priest, Self-Made Cuckold. Yeah, they're actually very good. And the thing about Sade is that even though he's confrontational, he writes about extreme sexuality, he writes about torture. It's obviously where the word sadism came from, his name. He writes about libertines, punishing people, taking their pleasures in the suffering of others. Now, even though he does that, he makes some very serious points about human nature, and it's my opinion that we should all read the Marquis de Sade to get a better understanding of humanity, because his work, they are incredibly good. Anyway, now this next one, I think this is probably my favourite. This is Juliette. Whereas Justine's was the misfortunes of virtue, this one is it's incredible, because it, in a way, it's like the other side of that coin. And what I mean by that is that he read Samuel Richardson's Clarissa, and saw how that message was that, if you do everything that you're supposed to do, that society says you're supposed to do, you will prosper. And in Samuel Richardson's Clarissa didn't prosper at all. She suffered greatly and died, but she died virtuously, and that was meant to be the great thing. What Sade says in Juliette is that if you do exactly what you want to who you want when you want, you'll prosper anyway. And that became controversial for a lot of people. That message was seen to be wrong. But it's a fantastic book. The Marquis de Sade's 120 Days of Sodom, absolutely brilliant. Introduction by Simone de Beauvoir, which is that Must We Burn Sade essay. Yeah, that's a fantastic essay. It's got other writings in here as well. Crimes of Love, 120 Days of Sodom, Ernestine, A Swedish Tale, and a couple of theatre pieces as well. Okay, some drama there. I don't know if you know that later on in his life, Sade wrote, well, early in his life as well, he was always writing plays, trying to get them put on, and didn't meet with much success. But anyway, that's my Marquis de Sade collection. Everything there pretty much worth reading I've got, and very good they all are too. So if you get a chance, read anything by the Marquis de Sade.